Hello and welcome to the Hot Dog and a Handshake Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, Jayden Ginsweider. Joining me is my co-host, former DDT Iron Man Heavy Metalweight Champion Shane Price. Shane, how you doing this week?
Last week sucked, so I'll happy to have a new week.
Yeah. Of course, we have merch, hdhpod.bigcartel.com. Also, our Dropkicked accounts will be linked in the description, as will the merch. And we'll be linking the Twitch for BGO, or I don't know if I link it, but um, go check out BGO Sinper, Sinper, BGO Sinper. He's been shouting us out on his stream, so go ahead and definitely check him out. This week we will get into Forbidden Door. We'll talk a little Clash in Paris predictions too. But first, our collar and elbow question. Shane, what wrestling lingo do you use IRL?
For shoot, I literally texted you for
Yeah,
shoot. I know why I did.
yeah, that's why I did this one. Use for shoot, like just instead of for
I
real, you just say
use
for shoot.
yes.
Um,
I
I
caught
use
myself doing it today.
I use gimmick a lot. Like if it's something that somebody does a lot, I'll say that's their gimmick. You know, it's
Yeah,
like it interchangeably for like that's like their deal, or like, you know, that's what they do. Like I'll say, yeah, that's his gimmick. It's yeah.
I use
Um,
I call things like I call people like workers that are good at what they do. Like, oh, he's a worker.
yeah,
He's
you
a
work
real
good
worker.
hands, good hands.
He's a good hand.
um, yeah, I don't know what else. I feel like now I'm like blanking on all wrestling lingo now that I like put myself on the spot. Because I did just come up with this like 20 minutes ago or whatever you sent me that text, maybe like an hour ago. Um, but yeah, I feel like there's definitely more that I've taken and I've used. I don't know. You got anything else?
Um, I think I've definitely used gig instead of bled.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Um, yeah, I don't know. I can't. I think really for me, gimmick is the big one. I definitely say gimmick a lot. I'm sure I'll think of more examples like as soon as we're done recording. But yeah, so that's kind of some of the wrestling lingo that we use in real life. Not a lot of news this week. AEW kind of a Tony Khan putting in sort of like a logic, like a rule to like his in universe logic here. Saying that contract executions will have a week's notice at least moving forward. So if you win a casino gauntlet and you get that little contract, from now on it's no longer, except for MJF. MJF is grandfathered in currently, I believe. They might still do it, but who knows? You can't just surprise like Money in the Bank, cash it in. You have to say I'm executing my contract on this date, at least a week out from now on. Do you like that rule? Something that differentiates them from WWE a little bit?
It differentiates it, but I don't know. I like the chaos you would get from Money in the Bank that you don't really get from this one. I mean, we saw it with the last Punk and Seth.
Mm-hmm.
That was the big surprise that wouldn't have been the same except for I'm cashing in next week. They would have been the same.
Yeah, but also I feel like in recent years, maybe not this year necessarily, but in recent years, there's been a lot of criticism of Money in the Bank because it kind of feels like they've run out of ideas. They've done kind of everything they can. This year, Seth's master plot to cash in his Money in the Bank was a little different. That was a little bit more elaborate and was a good way to use it that we haven't really seen before. Um, I don't know. I like it. I think it's different. You know what I mean? AEW has different stuff. We don't have to do everything WWE does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, next, we got to talk about the Syko Stu, Raja Jackson incident. So if you have not seen this, Rikishi runs a promotion called Knox Pro. And in this promotion, Raja Jackson, the son of Rampage Jackson, was supposed to run in and do a spot with a guy named Syko Stu. Apparently, before the show, Syko Stu like broke a beer bottle over Raja's head, and then told Raja he could get his receipt in the ring, so he could hit him for real in the ring, for shoot, as Shane would say. And he did get his receipt, and then he got like 20 to 25 more receipts, and just kept punching an unconscious Syko Stu until another wrestler pulled him off. Syko Stu has since been hospitalized. There is a GoFundMe, and I think congratulations to Syko Stu. I think he has the most random, insane collection of people that have donated to his GoFundMe.
I've
Mr.
seen
Beast,
Mr. Beast.
yeah, Chris Jericho expected with these. Jack Perry, Swerve Strickland, Miro, also known as Rusev, and Kristaps Porzingis, as well as Arya Davari. Of the Atlanta Hawks, Kristaps Porzingis somehow caught wind of this. It donated $500.
The way you said it, it's like, all right, Brian, join the Hawks. I'm like, good move. I like that move.
Yeah. So their GoFundMe is out there for Syko Stu. The link, I know, I'll put it in the description. They are currently, as we're recording, at $114,016. Their goal is $200,000. So I'll donate this week when I get paid. I'll donate a little bit. So I encourage anyone listening to go and donate, help the man out. It was a awful situation. Raja Jackson, definitely there should be some repercussions there for what he did. And frankly, anybody who is in any semblance, any way taking Raja Jackson's side in this or defending him is a dumbass. It's
Mark, Rob.
Yeah, completely moronic in this case. Like, just look, if it was the one receipt that he was granted and it was just one kind of stiff hit and then some worked punches, fine. But what he did was abhorrent. Absolutely should not be defended in any way, and is one of those things that goes viral and is kind of a blemish on the industry that we love, the whole industry. Because it's kind of not ever. It's going to reach more than the pro wrestling audience. It's going to go beyond the people who watched Forbidden Door this weekend. It's going to go all the way out to a bunch of people, casual fan or just not fan at all, just happen to come across it, and it's just going to reflect poorly on pro wrestling. So that really sucks. But most importantly, it sucks that Syko Stu is in this position. So hopefully he recovers well, and hey, maybe he'll get some good bookings out of this too when he's back. In much happier medical news here, Lex Luger walked today. He had a lady there helping him. I assume some sort of trainer helping him, like kind of guiding him and making sure he doesn't fall. But he did it without like a cane or a walker or any kind of like object to help, like any kind of device. So that is awesome. DDP Yoga. DDP is a miracle worker. I think DDP should get.
I don't know what the hell is in that yoga.
I think he should get some sort of Nobel Prize. I don't know which one per se, but I think he deserves some sort of Nobel Prize. Yeah, so that's great news for Lex Luger. On to quick hits here. Credit to Fightful again. That's where I get all my news, but especially these fun headlines. First here, Jeff Jarrett's former babysitter gets engaged.
Congratulations to the both of them. That is how I found out, actually, was that article.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I found out because of a girl I went to high school with, her Instagram story. That's how I found out. So, but
That's
then not
fair.
long after I saw that, I feel like a lot of people found out from the Instagram story of a girl they went to high school with. It's probably a pretty common way to find out. Ah, shit. Sorry, I can't type and it's pissing me off. Here we go. Because I know there's one on here I forgot. Next up, we have Ricochet files to trademark bald.
I don't think he'll get it, but
It's really funny that he filed for it.
it is funny. If I hope he does.
Let me see. I have a couple of John Cena ones here. I'm trying to find one of them. The first one here I have on the doc. John Cena had to be taught how to rip a bong for Peacemaker Season 2. Quote, I had no fucking clue what I was doing.
I like
That's
the
in
idea that
character.
he just has no fucking clue what he's doing in life.
Yeah, just did that. Yeah. And then do you want my last one here?
Yeah, sure.
John Cena participates in bisexual orgy in Peacemaker Season 2.
You know, sure. Yeah,
John
whatever.
Cena on his retirement tour, just out here doing side quests. Just
Yeah,
ripping bongs. It's incredible.
ripping bongs, fucking everyone.
Yeah, exactly. So the obvious big thing this weekend was Forbidden Door. I believe this is the fourth Forbidden Door, right? 2022 was when they started it.
2020, yeah, so I think it's the
Yeah, the
fourth.
fourth Forbidden Door, which of course is a AEW NJPW co-production, also featuring some talent from CMLL and Stardom. I think, was there anything on the pre-show that you wanted to mention, or do you want to just get into the main card?
I would like to mention the uh, 8-man tag with Despy,
Um,
Paragon, Yuya
okay.
Uemura.
Yeah. Yeah. I did not. I only watched the trios title match. I didn't watch any of the rest of the pre-show. Just because I knew it was going to be a long card anyway.
Yeah,
So you liked that match though, the 4-on-4.
yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
I thought the trios match was pretty good. I didn't rate it or anything, but I thought it was a pretty good trios title match with the Bullet Club War Dogs, Robbie X, Connors, and Maloney. You know, I'm a big fan of Connors and Maloney. So on to the main card. Nick Wayne has a foot injury. So he had to be subbed out of the tag team match with Cope and Cage. Cope and Cage, Cope and Christian. What do you think we should call them? What rolls off the tongue since they can't be Edge and Christian anymore? Do you just go Cope and Christian?
Christian Cope.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't Cope and Cage, Cope and Christian. I don't know what sounds better, but so Cope and Christian take on Kip Sabian and the returning Kill Switch, also known as Luchasaurus. What do you think of this match as an opener? And what'd you think of this?
I thought Canadian Rage and Adam Impact did a good job the team
Yeah, okay.
together. I
Winston
think
Hardcastle.
so. I think Judas El Luchasario did a good job with it too. I think he was returning from that big injury, big health scare he had. I thought it was gonna be a little rusty, and he
Yeah,
was. He did pretty
really
good.
awesome. Yeah, really awesome to see Kill Switch back with all of his medical issues that he had. Um, yeah, I think feels like this is going to lead to a new Jurassic Express run, like Jack Perry and Kill Switch coming back together.
I could see that. I could because I guess we can talk. I guess we'll talk about it here. I don't know if you've seen it, the clip from Being the Elite where Jack Perry calls them and they decline. Uh, the thing that's
I've
very
not seen
much
that from being the elite, but I did see the video from Dynamite where Kill Switch was announced, and he's being helped by like a doctor in like a dirty warehouse. And the doctor is wearing a leather jacket that looks very scapegoaty.
I mean, it would track for a random ass warehouse.
Yeah.
My doctor
So
is Jack Perry. Get me out of this hospital. You're in a
yeah,
warehouse. Shut up.
it's like that. It's like that. Help my look at my lawyer dog, but it's look at my doctor. It's
Look at
Jack
my doctor,
Barry.
dog. I'm gonna die.
Yeah. um. Yeah, dude. Doctor Jack Perry and Doctor Britt Baker, the two doctors of AEW. I gave the tag match here a 3.5. I thought it was a fun opener. Um, and I think weirdly, there's been a lot of kind of conversation of how forbidden was the door, and this is one. It is all AEW talent, but for a long time we thought Adam Copeland and Christian Cage ever teaming up again was a forbidden thing. Like we for several, I mean, for what, like 10 years between when Edge goes out in 2011 to when Christian comes back in 2021, like it wasn't possible. And then for a little bit there, Christian was in AEW and Edge was still in WWE, and then they came over to AEW. So I think this does kind of fit Forbidden Door in a way.
I mean, yeah, I think Forbidden Door is kind of where we'll have like more WWE type things that happen in a way,
Mm-hmm.
where like say
I'm just saying it doesn't have to always be an AEW versus New Japan or AEW versus CMLL or whatever matchup. It can just be things that we never thought could happen. You know, like that's just something that I think, could. I don't know what other examples would be necessarily, but maybe somebody else coming out of retirement that we thought wouldn't be able to. I don't know, something that, or somebody like, say, like a big WWE name switches sides that we thought never would leave WWE, that we thought would be a lifer, ends up over there. Then we could be, oh wow, we never thought we'd get, you know, Seth Rollins versus Swerve Strickland or something. You know what I mean?
right.
Even though they might both be in AEW or something like that. So I think, like you said, yeah, some WWE stuff. And on the second match here was Kyle Fletcher versus Hiromu Takahashi, the standout junior from New Japan, kind of the king of the junior division in recent times. What'd you think of the Protostar and Hiromu?
I thought that for the match it was interesting. I think Kyle Fletcher worked his match, and Takahashi hasn't really fought in that kind of match in a while. So it
Mm-hmm.
was interesting. I thought it wasn't bad. It was, I would say, like a 3.5.
I give it 3 3/4. I thought it was just a smidge better than the Cope and Christian tag match. I enjoyed it. Um, Next was probably the most forbidden of all of the doors here. Mercedes Moné defending the TBS title against CMLL's Persephone, Stardom's Bozilla, and AEW's Alex Windsor. I would like to ask, did you have some sort of insider information, because you picked up Bozilla in the HDH League last week, right before she makes her big American pay-per-view debut?
I kind of had a hunch that from the the way the 5 star was going, that it was probably going to be Bozilla or Suzu Suzuki, and I
Mm-hmm.
had a bigger hunch that Suzu's not leaving the Japan's the Stardom thing for a little bit, whereas Bozilla I think is more likely to. So I kind of took a flyer.
Also, I mean, Bozilla is a European talent, so might be more recognizable to an English crowd.
No, not really.
Um, you don't think so?
No, she worked
Or
like 2 to 3 months in Europe before going to Japan.
oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Or also just might have had quicker access to the paperwork and all the visas and everything to work in the
I
UK.
think it could have been that too, because
Might have just been one. Yeah.
I remember reading she wasn't even available until like Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Then they made the decision
So
then.
yeah, but on to the match. It was pretty good. It felt like too many moving parts and not enough time. Like it didn't really feel like we got to get the most out of everybody. So I gave it 3 stars. It was still pretty good. It was an enjoyable match. I really think there was room to grow. And part of that may have just been chemistry between some of these people. It just might not have been where they expected it.
I mean, it doesn't help when you don't know the full lineup of the match until
Like the week, like a
like
couple days
ye-
before.
yeah, but there's nothing they can do when they put Forbidden Door in August. They can't do that
Yeah, I think it's a real lesson that Forbidden Door needs to be in June
before the G1 the 5 star.
or move it to like between Wrestle Dream and if you're going to go later in the year, put it between Wrestle Dream and Full Gear. Because
Yeah,
then you're still before the Continental Classic, but you're past all of the because like a bunch like there was not only is it the G1, it's also Stardom's big tournament, right? And those are
yeah.
the two that mainly affect this. Um, but also, it's Marigold had their tournament, TJPW had their tournament. Like all kinds of tournament wrestling happens this time of year. So I know Marigold would never get involved in this. They're on a different side of the great wrestling divide here. But it still is kind of funny that it's like all the Japanese tournaments happen at the same time.
I think
Um,
there's a All Japan tournament happening this time soon. But
yeah, and we have
they're
the Noah's in one is starting soon. They took the belt off of Ricky Knight Jr. Rev Pro did, which I was very shocked by.
I think they have a hunch he might not be coming back soon,
Okay, fine.
which
Noah
is
can keep him.
concerning. Don't say that. No.
No, this is like a hot potato between the two of us because you watch Noah and I watch Rev Pro, and neither one of us want him. Neither one of us want to see him.
I don't want him up on my green ring.
I was really surprised though that he lost because like it was title versus career. So Shaw Samuels put his career on the line, and his entrance was with 2 of his daughters.
I would
And
have. I would have.
I was like, oh, he's losing. At that moment, I was like, oh, he's losing. This is his last match. But then they pulled the ultimate swerve, and Ricky Knight Jr. actually won. All right, back to
I think he'd lose in ICW if that was going to be what it was.
yeah, back to the O2 Arena here. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness, 2 legends of British wrestling for the IWGP World Title. This was really good. I gave this 4 stars. I think the spot where Nigel does the surprise lariat might be spot of the night outside of the cage match. Sanctioned spot of the night, I think, goes to the Nigel lariat. What'd you think of this?
I'll give you that.
What'd you think of the IWGP title match here?
I thought it was the best match of the night so far, pretty easily. I
Mm-hmm.
think that if it was for a different title, I think it would have been better,
Mm-hmm.
at least to me. Um,
I really want to see those 2 in pure rules. I want to see ROH pure rules. I want Danielson, Dean Malenko, and Taz on the judges board. And I want Taz to also be doing commentary. So he has to do commentary and be a judge.
that's my point, brother.
Yeah.
This
Double
match was
booked Jones.
aggressively British.
It was.
Um,
Even with like Johnny Saint in the intro package with Nigel. Just
Johnny is saying,
Johnny
I
Saint,
think
who some are saying is the most British wrestler there's ever been.
Johnny Saint, Marty Jones, Billy Robinson, all 3 of them are British as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. I really liked it though. I gave it 4 stars.
I gave it 4 too.
Next, the That's Not Gonna Work for Me Brother Olympics. We have the Hurt Syndicate versus FTR versus Brodito for the AEW tag team titles. And I have a theory here.
What's your theory?
I think that the Hurt Business, it was going to be Hurt Business FTR. Tony wanted FTR to go over. Or no, that wouldn't work. No, here's okay. It wanted to be Hurt Business versus FTR. FTR said that they were going to go. They wanted to win the titles. They aren't going to put the Hurt Syndicate over because Hurt Syndicate said we aren't putting FTR over. So Tony was like, "Fine, fuck all of you, bro. Get me the big tattooed man and his little Mexican friend. We're putting the tag titles on you." I think their tag team got put together because they had this conversation and Tony Khan looked around and Brody King and Bandito were the first two people he saw. He was like, "Hey, these two are going to beat you guys." This is obviously huge speculation and mostly just a joke, but it is funny that like the Hurt Syndicate, the rumors came out that they didn't want to put FTR over, and then we ended up with Brodito kind of out of nowhere making a huge run and getting super over in the process. It's not like they aren't over, and then winning the tag team titles. So Bandito double champ now, and Brody King back with the title in AEW where he belongs. What'd you think of the triple threat tag match?
As a match, I thought it wasn't the strongest match on the show. Mm-hmm. I think it was pretty good. Mm-hmm. I didn't really like the finish. Thought I was a little messed up, but it's whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Not complaining.
Also fun and a little fun and forbidden because it's, not long ago, FTR were in WWE and Shelton might have been there, but Bobby wasn't there at necessarily the same time. Or no, they did cross over, didn't they?
I think so.
They crossed over, but Bobby wasn't in the tag division, so you never really got Bobby interacting with FTR. Brody and Bandito were in like PWG, so like it does kind of still feel kind of forbidden. I mean, it feels kind of like Bandito and Brody King are kind of representing this PWG late ROH era. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin kind of representing the bygone Ruthless Aggression era, and FTR kind of that NXT Black and Gold dark days of the main roster era, shaving each other's backs and getting the Uzi hot.
Bobby's sisters.
Yeah, Bobby's sisters, like that era. So I think this is kind of almost like a forbidden time door here.
I will say.
Yeah.
How the fuck have the sisters not been brought up in AEW? Ever.
I don't know. Dude, Bobby Lashley needs to answer the open challenge this week. Pissed off, just lost the tag titles. Max Caster does an open challenge and Bobby answers. And then there's some joke made there by Caster, I think.
And then Caster says, "Hey, big brother, how's you doing?"
Yeah. Hey, big bro. Or little bro. like just little bros. Can you survive with the best wrestler alive, little brother? I give 3.5 to the three-way tag. Our next match was for the AEW Unified title. This is one of the two just purely not forbidden matches we got, I think.
This match could happen on any show.
Kazuchika Okada, Swerve Strickland. I gave this 4 stars. I really enjoyed this. I know it's not Okada's best, but I still think Swerve got some good out of him.
But, yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Solid. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty good. I just don't know. Necessarily, I don't know, not up to either of their peaks, but also Swerve's been working with a torn meniscus for 6 years that now needs surgery. So
that's
his
have something to do with it.
6 years ago, he was like North American champion, right? Like that's like his whole run.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like I don't know. Let me see if I can find it.
2019. It could even be before. 2019 is the year he signed.
Was the year he signed with AEW?
WWE.
WWE. Okay. So let's just see. August of 2019. See, he wrestled
He's teaming
yeah,
with Mason
that was
Mason Madden.
August of 2019. I have it here. That was he was on the NXT house show circuit and made one appearance in a what is this 12-man elimination 10-man elimination match or not or 5-on-5 elimination match I should say on 205 Live. So 6 years ago he was on 205 Live, and now so his whole NXT run, his whole AEW run leading up to now, he's had a torn meniscus the entire time, which is just batshit insane.
Wrestlers are fucking crazy.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in a few matches. Next, we have an AEW versus ROH match. Toni Storm defending the women's title against Athena. This match was pretty good. I feel like both these women could have done better. I gave it 3.5. It was really good, but it didn't quite get to that next level for me. And also, I thought the finish was a little confused. Like it was a little confusing. I didn't like Athena tapping. I feel like you could have made her out to look a little stronger than that, given that she's been the Ring of Honor Women's Champion since like the Clinton administration.
Yeah,
So,
but I mean, I don't know. I feel like her performance wasn't the greatest
mm-hmm.
in this match, but I feel like there shouldn't be reason to not give her another chance because I feel like that might be what it is, knowing how TK books.
Yeah, he loves himself a trilogy. He loves himself a 3-match series. He just can't not do it. On to the next match, which was the Hangman Adam Page MJF AEW World Title match. Not only is this not forbidden, it's like the most AEW an AEW match could be.
This is the least forbidden door match I think ever.
Yeah, these are like 2 day one AEW homegrown talents. I mean, Hangman had been on Ring of Honor and New Japan for a few years there, but he wasn't Hangman. I mean, he had the nickname, but he wasn't like the guy that he is now in any semblance when AEW started. And so, yeah, they're AEW homegrowns in my mind. I would say what for you like constitutes like a homegrown? Are there any criteria you have for it, or is it kind of vibe?
I guess just vibe. For me, it's vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you run into some problems because it's like, for instance, is Seth Rollins a homegrown WWE guy or is he a Ring of Honor homegrown?
Right.
Because like
it's vibes.
It's vibes because I think it really is like what heights do they reach in one company versus the other. Like for instance, with Brodito, they both have a Ring of Honor background, but I consider Bandito a Ring of Honor homegrown, and I consider Brody an AEW homegrown.
I mean, yeah, so I also choose to not believe in 2019 Ring of Honor happening either. So,
yeah,
but
Brody King had some questionable alliances.
He sure did.
Yeah, so I think it is just vibes on each guy. Because like I think Kenny and the Bucks were grown before AEW started. Like they are New Japan grown guys. And I think but Hangman on the other side, he wasn't grown yet. He was but a boy. He was but a Hangboy Adam Page. When in New Japan. And then he became a Hangman in AEW.
Shit, in New Japan he wasn't even Adam Page yet. That's the crazy thing.
He wasn't Adam Page in New Japan?
Not in New Japan, no.
He
was always Hangman Page. Yeah.
Okay.
No, go back and go watch All In again. You'll see him be referred to as Hangman Page.
Okay, I never. Well, I mean, it's because at this point he gets kind of interchangeably referred to as Hangman Adam Page, Hangman Page, Hangman Adam Page.
in fucking Joey Janela's almost 5-star match.
Yeah, that match is pretty fucking sick though.
It is. It's great, but I can't believe it's almost a 5-star.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was a sick match. I know we reviewed it. What did they find that all in? Let me see here. Adam Page, Joey Janela. Yeah, I gave it a 4.
Yeah, Joey Janela did as good as Kazuchika Okada. That's what I'm
Yeah,
reading here.
yeah. Next, we have the lights out steel cage match. I love some details here. First, Bryan Danielson removing himself from. He'd been on commentary all night. Great commentator, Danielson. Throwback to some Cruiserweight Classic days, which we have reviewed on our Classic series. If you want to go check that out. Danielson removing himself because he doesn't feel like he could be unbiased was great. Which is really funny because if I was Nigel, I would take that as an insult because he stayed on commentary for Nigel's match because he could be unbiased for Nigel McGuinness.
Nigel's gonna run it. Danielson's gonna be a commentator on some collision, and Nigel's gonna yell at him.
No, I really think the booth on Dynamite should stay the same, but Collision Danielson should be on every week as the babyface commentator to Nigel's heel commentator. And Tony Schiavone's just sitting in between them trying to keep the peace all night.
Not to interrupt, but I have great news for for future Rev Pro Hall of Famer, Mad Kurt.
Yeah.
It's being spread again.
The clip of Ospreay just wrecking his shit.
Yes, it's being spread again. It's being unscripted.
Peace, Mad Kurt.
My God, he's winning from the grave yet again.
Yeah. Congratulations to Mad Kurt. Congratulations to Jushin Thunder Liger, who was in the Rev Pro Hall of Fame and was the special guest for the British Cruiserweight title match this weekend. If you didn't, Rev Pro on Demand, their events this weekend were pretty fun shows. If I had to recommend one match above all, it was Leon Slater versus Michael Oku. They just fucking tore the house down. But the title match with RKJ and Shaw Samuels had some great drama to it. I don't like RKJ, but it was built well. It was a well put together match. The All-Star 10-man tag with Tanahashi and Shibata and Mike Bailey and Cowboy Way and Hechicero, just all these awesome names. There's a great bit where, because it's Tanahashi, Shibata, Mike Bailey, Zozaya, and I can't remember the fifth. I don't think Kevin Knight was there. I think it was Speedball by himself. And it wasn't another member of the Ops.
I got a cage match open. Give me a second.
Okay. But the four of them, Shibata enters fourth. So the three other guys are in the ring already. And when Shibata enters, they all sit down in their side's quarter in the Shibata pose with their arms crossed and their legs crisscross. And then Shibata sits down next to them. And then Tanahashi obviously makes his entrance last. And then Michael Oku was the other one on the team.
Yeah.
So it's Oku, Bailey, and Zozaya are sitting there with their arms crossed. And then Shibata sits down with his arms crossed. And then Tanahashi comes in and sits down too. So they're just all five doing the Shibata pose. That was really great.
They should have sent Cowboy after that. Because can you imagine the visual of Cowboy Way staring at Shibata, Tanahashi?
What was crazy for me is the screenshot of Manders doing like the point thing, like the NWO point thing to Hechicero. Like just that combination of people hadn't occurred to me until this point. Like I didn't think we could have those two things together.
I have both of them in my TW save. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah,
it's never crossed my mind.
Like it's just I can't even like make a comparison. Like it's like when you have a root beer float for the first time. And you're like, I love root beer and I love ice cream separately. It never occurred to me that these could be combined. It was just an incredible combination. I had a great time watching Rev Pro shows this weekend. But we do have to get to the unsanctioned match. I talked about the Danielson thing. The other detail I loved is that they put out a different ring mat without the AEW logo on it because it was unsanctioned.
Which begs the question:
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck bought the cage? Did they
Darby.
make the
Darby
did
definitely owns a cage. Darby or Moxley, one of them own a cage.
Did they
sure.
make the Bucks pay for it?
Probably. Who paid for the rights to Bop?
That came out of their check.
That came out of their check?
Easily.
Mm-hmm. I like to think that the production crew all chipped in a little bit. They like all put together a pot and they're like, all right, we have this much money. What songs can we get to play for them just to fuck with them? And then they found out they could afford Bop by Hanson. And they're like, perfect. And they got the Mr. Instant Replay and whatever was it, slapping Nick Jackson or whatever the fuck his name was. I don't know, something. Whatever it was.
Max and Jeremy Bucks, Rod and Todd.
Rod and Todd was great. That was a great one.
The Cucamonga kids.
Kids. The Cucamonga Kid would be like that'd be one of them if AEW did like a Southpaw regional wrestling thing. One of them would be the Cucamonga Kid.
Yeah, I can see that.
And the other one, and then it'd be like Matty Rancho and the Cucamonga Kid.
Mr. Instant Replay was Matt.
Okay.
And the other one was Slick Nick.
Slick Nick, that's what it was. Not slapping Nick Jackson.
I like slapping more.
Yeah. So the cage match here was the Young Bucks, Gabe Kidd, Claudio Castagnoli, and Jon Moxley on one side. And then, of course, Hiroshi Tanahashi, the Golden Lovers, Will Ospreay, and Darby Allin on the other. It was more of a New Japan style cage. Maybe that's what it was. It's not AEW sanctioned, but then they asked New Japan, like, hey, can we use your cage? And they're like, yeah, Ace. Tanahashi provided.
Tanahashi
the president of New Japan. Yeah, he brought the cage as the New Japan representative. Yeah. So Golden Aces reunion, Golden Lovers reunion, Darby Allin out there just doing fucked up shit. Will Ospreay with no neckless Will Ospreay out there.
They sure do let their boys wrestle hurt a scary amount.
Yeah, here's the thing, like in storyline he wasn't cleared. Reality,
but then again,
to compete.
When the fuck are you trying to tell Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay that they're not going out there tonight? They're going to push right through you.
Yeah, they aren't. Yeah, Swerve will have Prince Nana pour hot coffee in your lap if you try to tell him he can't wrestle.
So just take his weed.
So I want to jump right to the fork spot.
And
this was the grossest shit I've ever seen.
You think I'm gonna diss it? I loved it. It's awesome.
So I don't have the deathmatch catalog that you have in my matches watched. So things like about a year ago at this time, the All Out Swerve Hangman cage match with the syringe was the grossest thing I'd seen to that point. And then now it's whatever it reminded me. Do you remember when Batista and Triple H had Batista's retirement match?
Oh yeah.
And Triple H like ripped out his nose ring.
Yeah.
It reminded me of that, and it reminded me of when Randy and Jeff Hardy were feuding in like 2017 or 2018, whenever that was, like later, not like 08, like the later Jeff Hardy Randy feud, where Randy was like pulling at his gauges in a match. Like it's just that specifically just gets to me. Like it's just so it's so gross. And just the amount of blood that Darby had there at the ear. And I thought Moxley was going to rip it off. Like I thought he was going to rip a chunk of Darby's ear off, like a Mike Tyson bite, just like, but with the fork, just rip it off.
And Darby would probably let him. That's
yeah.
the case.
That's probably what Darby proposed, and this is what Tony talked him down to. Like that.
He did have it like straight through his ear.
Yeah, it was so Oh God, it was so gross, and there was so much blood, and it wasn't even like just the red smear that you normally get, the crimson mass. It wasn't just the red; it was like pooling on Moxley's hand, and it was like dark and real, and it was just, oh God, it was so gross, so gross. The gummy bear spot was awesome too.
That's actually a callback
To what?
to the only company in the world that would have done a fucking
Oh,
gummy bear spot before this.
Was this in an American Legion Hall in Reseda, California?
It was.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it was.
That okay.
How'd
That
you
makes
know?
sense. That makes sense. It was a callback to that. I remember. Was it the Best Friends a few years ago who did a Lego spot instead of the thumbtacks?
I think so.
Yeah, the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy, I think, did like a Lego thing, that's actually brutal. Like that actually is just as brutal as thumbtacks.
When you think about it, the thumbtacks are going to stick in you, and it's not going to hurt until you have to pull it out. Legos don't.
No, they hurt immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a real pain. That's for shoot. Anything else from this match? There was some barbed wire tables involved. There was a crazy Gabe Kidd, Darby Allin off the top of the cage, through a bunch of tables.
Props to Gabe Kidd for taking that bump.
Yep. That's the thing. He's the most annoying motherfucker on earth, but then that bell rings and he just kills it.
He'll fight you for he'll fight somebody in there.
Yeah. We can't let him and Darby wrestle one-on-one. Darby would die. Darby would let Gabe Kidd kill him. Gabe Kidd would do it too. Yeah. And then of course the Death Riders beat down Ospreay to send him off into neck surgery. I loved Kota Ibushi running full speed and trying to get through the cage wall, just charging at it like the juggernaut.
After that, he tries to punch it.
Yeah, I fucking love Kota Ibushi. Like I remember my favorite Kota Ibushi moment is after the Blood and Guts match when he just dropped down on a pile of thumbtacks for the love of the game. He just back bumped onto that. The cameras were off.
That is my favorite Kota Ibushi bit I've ever seen.
It is incredible.
I will send you the video of just bits of his.
Yeah, that was just so insane because the cameras were off. The only footage is from a fan's phone, and he just drops back bump into a pile of thumbtacks.
He did it to pop the boys.
Yeah, just to pop the boys.
You can take the DDT out of Kota. You can take him out of DDT. Like DDT is persona non grata with him still right now. You are not taking the dynamic dream team out of Kota Ibushi.
No, he is Mr. DDT. Anything else for the Lights Out cage? I give it 4.5. I thought it was just as good as Hangman MJF.
I gave it 4.5. I thought it was far better than Hangman MJF. I didn't really like that match, but I don't really like MJF's style. I don't think.
Okay, I thought they did a little too much at the end, but until then, it was really good.
Well,
it was probably a match. It was probably on 5-star pace for me, but then there were just like a bit too much shenanigans.
I just don't think I like MJF.
But there was some fun. There was a great transition into a Deadeye in there.
Well, I'm not saying it was. I'm not saying it was bad.
Yeah. It's gotten a mixed reception. Is there a ghost in your house? What's happening?
I heard like a circular saw. It's 10:30.
It's Darby Allin.
Just like a hole in my apartment, like roof comes in and he just dumps right, he just falls right through. The hole in the floor he went through it.
Yeah.
Gotta call maintenance.
Yep. Hangman MJF. Yeah, it was a really mixed reaction online to Hangman MJF. I saw a lot of people who agree with me that were like that match fucking ruled, and a lot of people were like that was bad. I didn't like that. I just think
it depends on how you feel about MJF.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, if you like MJF, you like him.
Dude,
if you don't,
but Hangman swung for the fences with the fucking contract clipboard thing fucking blew MJF's head off. Like blew his shit off
Yeah.
smooth. Like that was insane. Hangman really went for it. And like I said, there was some great transitions and stuff in there. And I do like MJF in general, so I thought it was fun. He's just the perfect kind of prick that I love to watch. Just really gets me behind whatever baby face he's in the ring with. Anything else from Forbidden Door?
No, that's all I got.
If you were to way too early pick a match you want to see at next year's Forbidden Door, which we don't know the date or time or place of at it yet, what would you want to see next year's Forbidden Door?
Yoda Suji against. You gotta think that Swerve might still be out.
I'd say Swerve
Well,
immediately came to mind.
yeah,
Maybe
if
Hangman.
he's back by then for sure. I would say Swerve versus Yoda
Apparently,
Suji.
there were originally plans to do like Tony Khan originally wanted to do Hangman Suji. I don't know if Suji maybe got like some minor injury in the G1 or something, or if he couldn't get over to England, whatever. Something happened that it was like, okay, we're gonna have to change directions. Weeks ago, like it was well in advance, obviously, because we've been building this MJF storyline. But originally, the plan, from what the rumor I've seen, was Yoda Suji Hangman. So I think that would be great. I would like to see Oleg Boltin wrestle Darby Allin. Just want to see what that would look like.
I will let him know that you want that when he comes crawling back up from the hole.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I don't know. I'm sure there's some great. I feel like Yuya Uemura and Orange Cassidy would have a really fun match. I think that would just be the most fun match of the night. There's a lot of options here.
Yoda Ice and Oscar versus anybody. I think I'll say Bernino for now.
Yeah. Have we gotten Moxley, Zack Sabre Jr.? I know Zack's wrestled Claudio and Danielson. Did we ever get him in Mox?
I feel like we've had to have because there was a. I
Maybe when
don't
Mox
know.
was IWGP champ, maybe? Because I know Zack beat Naito, who beat Mox, right, originally? But I don't know if he challenged Mox before then. That would probably be really good.
I know they interacted, at least the bare minimum they interacted.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not in a one-on-one contest, but New Year's Dash 2024 and Defy in 2023.
Okay.
Who the fuck is Shaft?
Yeah.
Because it's Moxley and a guy called Shaft versus Davey Richards and ZSJ.
I have no idea who Shaft is.
You'll like the New Year's Dash one though. It's TMDK versus the Bryan Danielson,
Yeah.
John Moxley,
Oh,
Okada, and
yeah, no, I
Rishi.
remember this happening. I remember, yes. Because that's the day after
The second day.
The first Danielson Okada, right? Was the night
Yeah,
before?
yeah.
Yeah. And then they teamed up the next night? Yeah. I remember that.
Classic New Japan shit.
Yep. All right. I think that wraps up our Forbidden Door talk. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, nothing that crazy. Well, I think out of 10, probably like I don't know.
A nice
I feel like
solid
it was,
7.5.
yeah, I kind of feel pretty much where I felt with like Double or Nothing this year. Where I remember, let me see, let me find where I had that because I feel pretty on par. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Yeah, like a 7.5, maybe an 8, somewhere in there. It was pretty good. I mean, AEW always delivers on pay per view. So, on to predictions here. There are only 4 matches announced for Death Before Dishonor, so we're not going to predict it, but we will talk about it next week. But we will predict Clash in Paris, the upcoming WWE show. Even though neither one of us are going to watch it, it's just fun to predict shit. So,
This will be fun
um,
because I have literally no goddamn clue what's going on in WWE right now.
yeah, neither do. All I know is from Twitter, basically.
I
I
don't even
know
see anything on Twitter either.
from clips and from people talking on Twitter. That's all I know. We have first Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella for the Women's Intercontinental title. Who you got, Shane?
The fuck? Becky for 5.
Okay, we do
It's
have
out of
five.
5,
Five,
right?
five is the max. Yes,
I figured.
yeah, I usually mention that. I forgot to here because I'm just so used to WWE being 5 that it doesn't even feel like I need to mention it anymore. I went Becky for 4. Next, we have Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed.
As much as I love they would do it, I want to give Roman Reigns 4.
Roman 4. I went with Bronson and I just put my 1 on it. Just because I think it would be fun.
It would.
Next, we have John Cena versus Logan Paul. Hurts to say
I'm
that
gonna.
out loud.
How about I kill myself and make the 2 watch for 1?
Okay. A real
No, I'm gonna
prediction?
do. I'm gonna do Cena for 3. He's his first match back as a face. There's no way.
I also went Cena for 3. Sheamus versus Rusev in a good old fashioned Donnybrook.
The only way I would want to refer to a no holds barred is a good old fashioned Donnybrook because it implies it'll be a good match. It's a traditional Donnybrook, and whatever the fuck a Donnybrook is. So I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it to Sheamus. And it's his match for 2.
Yeah, the Donnybrook is Sheamus's match the way like Buried Alive was the Undertaker's match. Like he might lose a couple, but it's mainly going to be him winning. Or like
Yeah,
casket matches, the same thing. Next we have Seth versus Punk versus Jey Uso versus LA Knight. Fatal 4-way for the heavyweight title. You have 1 left. You went 5 4 3
Jay
2 1 down the board.
is 110% taking the pen here.
Oh, absolutely.
After the Rikishi's in the doghouse
Mm.
hard right now, so I'm
And
gonna give it.
Rikishi's going to complain so hard on his podcast, on that podcast where he sits in a throne for some fucking reason.
He's already lost the fucking the
Yeah, he lost
ID
WWID.
shit.
Yeah, because of the Syko Stu Raja Jackson situation. So,
And
who
we'll
you
talk
got?
more
Who's your
about
winner
that.
here? Rollins, Punk, Jay, LA.
Punk for 1. Come on.
Punk for 1. All right, I went Seth for 5. On the Forbidden Door predictions, you and I only missed our 1-pointers. I remember mine was Swerve. I don't remember who you were. So we tied for 35.
I was the stardom field.
The stardom field, yeah. Joka had 17. So
Dude, that's
we
so
tied
funny.
35
If I
35.
picked my real winner, I would have won.
Yeah, if you would have just picked Mercedes, dude. Or if I would have just gone with chalk all the way down with Okada. I only picked Swerve because I was like, I'm going too chalk with this. Something's going to surprise me. So I went Swerve just for fun. I don't think when we did the predictions last week, we knew about the meniscus. Because I definitely
Yeah,
wouldn't have picked it if we knew about the meniscus. We knew about Osprey's neck, but we didn't know about Swerve's meniscus. And then Orange Cassidy reportedly is coming back soon too, because he felt the disturbance in the force of Osprey and Swerve having to leave. He's like, AEW needs his baby face.
he'll just
They need
walk
me.
back and let nothing happen.
Yeah, he'll just show back up. Maybe he'll answer a caster challenge.
Oh, and yes, there is an All Japan tournament happening right now too.
Oh, of course there is. So now tape up the light tubes, take the door off its hinges. It's time for Shane's GCW corner.
Oh, brother, we got this one might be a little bit long.
All right.
We
We got
got
homecoming.
homecoming weekend in beautiful. Well, beautiful is a pushing it in a place, Atlantic City, New Jersey, in the Showboat Casino. Kind of where their like home base is, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever. Opening match of night 1. I'm gonna skip for now because we'll get back to that.
Mm-hmm.
First bit out of that, Drew Parker, Marcus Mathers. Pretty solid match overall for what these two can bring to the table. It's what you expect. I gave it a 3.5. Nothing too special. Doctor Redacted, which is Ultra Mantis Black, had one of my favorite spots in any of the death matches the entire weekend, and there was a lot. But Doctor Redacted goes to the announce table and starts talking shit, telling MLJ he's getting double pay for being here. And I was like, where the fuck's my double pay? And then Ultra Mantis Black comes over in a thick East Coaster accent, goes, Doctor Redacted is a cause from an American healthcare system. It's flawed. Pretty solid. Dr. Redacted wins, cuts off the poor man's antenna. Janela Tremont, Masha, Altila against Vandal 48. They won. YD and Pizza got Gringo Loco and Jack Cartwheel in a pretty solid match. Bear Bronson did some good stuff. Effie defeated KJ Orso. And then the main event of night one, I want to talk about Makashi Takeda, the crazy boy, crazy kid, got hurt. I'm not sure how long he'll be out for, but he looked like he hurt his stomach or his knee, and he had to be rushed to the hospital. So good luck for him. But we're going to talk about the opening match for the Garage Beer World Title. Because
by the way, I got the Mad Kurt clip.
Telling you, it's
I
going crazy.
Usually just kind of peek behind the curtain. I scroll Twitter during GCW corner because I don't usually have a lot of input, and just in case I see any late breaking news. And I just got the Mad Kurt clip.
So I totally skipped the match too. AJ Gray came back, made his big return after many years away, after some allegations that may have been overblown, may not have been. It depends who you ask. But back to the Garage Beer World Title match, because apparently Travis Kelce is a fucking crazy man. He loves GCW.
Travis, did you say
this?
Travis Kelce?
This is the Kelce's beer.
As in Taylor Swift's illiterate fiance?
Yeah, this is a beer from the Kelce brothers.
Huh.
But anyways, Shotzi and Matt Cardona was the match. Matt comes out with the DeLorean.
Of course.
Zach to the future in the back on his puffy jacket when Zach is crossed out and Matt's above it. But we gotta talk about the debut and the return, and you will have input on the debut at least.
I think I'll have input on both.
You probably will. We'll start with the return. That happened to happen first, even though it's more hype for me than the debut could have ever been. Tommy Invincible, that little fuck, the guy who got famous on Instagram Reels for being a bad wrestler, came out For Whom the Bell Tolls, which is Nick Gage's theme. And I had a hunch that they wouldn't do that unless they had actually brought him back. 10 minutes later, after a terrible RKO to Shotzi from Mr. Invincible, the bell tolls again. And fucking Dewey Donovan walks out. And then you just see Dewey and he points to the back. And like 5 seconds later, a goddamn Nick Gage wrecking ball comes flying out of the back.
This had to happen.
It was always going to happen.
No, but it had to happen this week because we're reviewing Cage of Death 11. And
you're right.
Something has to be newsworthy that we don't expect that ties into our classic review.
You're so right. How could I forget?
Yeah, this just obviously it had to happen this week. Brett Lauderdale just knew that and brought Nick Gage back in.
So Nick Gage is finally he's no longer mad at Brett Lauderdale. The madness has gone away because when he was interviewed about it,
at least the money has outweighed the madness.
Yeah, probably that one. But when he was interviewed about it, he said that he'll go back. They're still family, but he's just mad right now. Like he'll be back, but not right now. but I guess now is now. And then the debut in GCW, or I guess a return. He was in GCW this year, but Bloodsport doesn't really count, I guess. Killer Cross, Kevin Cross, is back in the Indies. He made his big debut. Him and Scarlett helped
Mhm.
Shotzi win the belt.
Here's the only problem I have with this really is that GCW leans a little too close to the WWE side of the wrestling divide, and re-debuting on the indies in this specific company is not going to convince the people who think your firing was, or your non-renewal was a work, that it's not a work. You know what I mean? If
Yeah,
he showed up in MLW and got face to face with, Matthew Justice or something, that would have, I think, been a better way to re-debut on the indies and then
that's
go do the GCW thing.
actually the only guy I would have said that wouldn't have helped to in MLW is Matthew Justice.
Yeah. That's the
he's
only guy you would have
he's
said no.
he's deep ties to GCW, so
Okay. I just, the first guy I thought of. It could be also fucking Hammerstone or
that's understandable.
Dijak and Corbin. He could have teamed up with Dijak and Corbin or something. You know what I mean? Like you could have gone. I just mean MLW. That was more what the example was supposed to
I
be,
know what you mean. I know what you mean.
because they're firmly on the AEW New Japan side of the wrestling divide. So,
You're not on the CMLL side of the divide,
well, yeah, I just AEW New Japan are the
but I know what you mean.
headliners of the side. You know what I mean? Um, but that's my only problem, because it's just there's still going to be conspiracy theorists out there that think that Karrion Kross getting let go was a work.
And they'll say it wasn't a work, but come on,
It wasn't a work, but
You're not helping
you're
yourself.
not helping with GCW. Yeah, GCW specifically. Or like
And then the next,
Defy would have been a good one. They're definitely on New Japan AEW terms, right? Like, yeah.
but GCW is the big one right now. So I guess if you want to go
Makes
big,
sense. Yeah. Yeah. No, this is leaving WWE in 1998, and the next place you show up is ECW. I get
except Brett's not getting a check from the Fed. I hope not.
it. Oh yeah, and Karrion Kross is actually getting paid for this appearance and not.
The check's not bouncing.
Yeah, the check's not bouncing for this.
Night two was more of the same. Two six bands, a 6-man tag, and a 6-way match, as
Mm-hmm.
well as some death matches. Truth Parker and Crazy Kid, Diesel, Syko, Mr. Danger, Marcus Mathers, and YDMP took on the Miracle Ones, and Jordan Oliver and Ichiban got like an insane amount of airtime.
Mm-hmm.
Alec Price and Ichiban. Mance Warner came back, made his return to GCW in a kind of whatever death match, but it was a fun spot where he had fans hold up chairs and they would just have the guy run through the chairs.
Yeah. Speaking of returns, I just realized we completely forgot about Wardlow during our Forbidden Door review, which is kind of sums up Wardlow's career, I think.
Yeah.
Just a thought I had. Go ahead and
Yeah,
continue.
I'm just gonna skip until the final match of night two because the rest of them weren't anything special. They weren't continuing the story. Oh no, I forgot. Hold on. After this, we'll talk about after this. Bear Bronson is the best guy who jumped from a big company to indies in years.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally jumped into death matches and has made himself one of the top names in death matches. Bronson Tremont was my favorite death match of the year so far. It is incredible. It has an 8.73 on Cage Match with 21 votes, 6 10s, 13 nines. So very much well universally loved. And Unfortunately, we do have to talk about the Juggalos again. I thought we were done, but we're not, because I have
Worst.
bad news on one of your favorite match types.
It's a blindfold match.
I wish. No, no, it is the Art of War Games has been announced for the
No,
for October
no,
11th, and we will
no, the
get
Juggalos in my beautiful war games.
you will get Team GCW of Bam Sullivan, Dr. Redacted, Joe Janela, and Matt Tremont
That's
taking
pretty
on
wasted.
as of yet 4 unnamed Juggalos.
No, the only way to redeem this is if two of those Juggalos are John Bradshaw Layfield and Ron Simmons.
So Too Tough Tony, a returning Madman Pondo, and APA.
Yes, yes, and if you can't get Pondo back, Willie Mack will do.
I was going to assume it's going to be Tony, Pondo, Tony, Willie Mack, and
Dolph Ziggler,
Dolph Ziggler, maybe even Valor J.
maybe. All right, anything else from GCW?
That's all I got.
Oh, yep.
For now, coming up next, Evil Deeds in Detroit, Michigan. That'll be next week, not this. That'll be 2 weeks from now, not this week or next week. 2 weeks from now. What do you look forward to there? Megan Bain taking on Shotzi Blackheart.
There we go.
Then they're going to Indy, where we will see, for the first time in God knows how long, Spider Nate Webb. Calvin Tankman versus one called Manders.
Oh, damn.
Genesis versus Erez and Gringo Loco.
Okay.
YDMP versus Leon Slater and May the Reese.
Oh, okay.
And I
That
think
sounds
that's,
like a pretty fucking awesome card.
I know it does. I think that's all we're going to have. Oh, I forgot. September 20th, Homecoming LA.
Mm.
Frankie Kazarian versus Jordan Oliver.
Damn. Okay.
And then the show they're kind of building to the most right now, it's not Fight Club, is The Last Frontier, which is GCW in Alaska.
GCW in Alaska.
Alaska. In Anchorage, Alaska.
That's crazy.
Zachary Wentz, Matt Tremont, Priscilla Kelly, Kid Bandit, Effie, Masha, Joey, Manders, YDMP, just the
Well, of
who's
course,
who.
Masha has to be there. It's basically Russia.
This is technically a homecoming for Kid Bandit too, which is kind of cool.
Kid Bandit's from Alaska?
Apparently.
What the fuck? God, now I want GCW Russia so bad. I want GCW in Moscow, dude.
There was a time that when it would have happened and it would have ruled. Unfortunately, since the Ukraine thing, it's not going to happen. But
Yeah.
I would like to see them go to like somewhere crazy like the Philippines, so we can have a real Kid Bandit homecoming. But
I want them to go to fucked up places.
they're going to Vermont.
That is pretty fucked up. That is. No, I'm thinking like North Korea. Let's see him in like Damascus.
GCW live from Havana.
Yeah, Cuba. Just
the Cubans are gonna love it. That's
Vatican City.
I can see it.
GCW Vatican City.
Hey, the Pope's from Chicago. That might happen.
Could happen. A Chicago street fight in Vatican City.
Show up in a.
What were you
That's
saying?
all I got. Show up in a Sox jersey and get some bonus points in the Pope.
Yeah, exactly. All right. On to HDH League. So, first things first, the scores from this week. Come on, tab. Let's load. All right, here we go. In third place with 11.08 points, we have Joka. In second place with 21 points, we have Shane. And for the third week in a row, in first place with a new record, 50.5 points.
Oh my God.
Your boy. So crushed you guys again. Wasn't even close. We let me see who was top performer. Top performer was actually for Joka. It was Kazuchika Okada, 7.5 points. Because his matches count technically as double title matches. I don't think we talked
Oh,
about
okay.
that. We did add that rule off air. If the match is for more than one title, we call this the Monet rule. It's an extra 2 points, but it's not 2 points for every title. It's just 2 points for it being a title match and then an extra 2 for it being more than one title. So even though Okada's technically is a 3 title match, he still only got those 2 points. And then I wanted to clarify the rule for the title reigns. Those will always be rounded to the nearest hundredth. I just wanted to make sure I said that on air. And pre-shows do not count as pay-per-view. They count as just a regular show. Just the same as like a Dynamite or a Raw would. Next, we do have a major change that I thought needed to be voted on. Joka's not here, but I imagine it will pass. Shane, you propose that we add injury reserve slots. Right? All right.
Yes.
So all in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All right. Even if Joko opposed, it wouldn't matter. So we already have 2 slots. For the IR, though, for this week, the 2 of us are banned from picking up Chad Gable, Liv Morgan, or Dustin Rhodes. Joka just dropped all 3 of them last week due to injury. So I want to give him the option to fill his 2 IR slots with 2 of them if he would like first. But because of that, since the total standings right now are Joka at 36.58, you at 55.65, and me at 117.75, you get the first opportunity to make any moves here. So any drops, any trade offers, if it's anything involved, since Joka's not here, anything that you might want to involve him, I guess we can conduct that off podcast. And also, I feel like if there's anybody that we try to pick up that Joka wants first, we'll give him the option to get them even outside of those 3. And then we just might have to make a different move off air. So for this week, the period to make moves will extend a little longer just to make sure Joka gets an opportunity. But first, I'll let you do whatever you want pending Joka maybe changing it. So for right now, what would you like to do here?
I would like to move Gunther into an IR spot.
Okay, do we have official injury news on him?
He's out indefinitely
And it's not.
with
We
injury.
know. Okay, so we know for sure it's not just time off. Like we know for sure it's an injury.
Yes, if they've announced it as an injury. I don't know if they would. I mean, might. I don't think it's a fake, but they
I'm seeing
have
it from
precedence of
I'm
making.
seeing it from MSN, Bleacher Report. I think that's good enough for me.
All
Okay, so
right.
you're moving Gunther to the IR. Okay.
Yes.
Looking at your list here, there's nobody else that I know is injured. So, who would you like to pick someone up off the waiver wire here, off the free agency to fill that spot?
Yeah, I am going to do that. I think I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pick up Brodito.
Damn it, you bastard.
I know you already got Bandito on your team, but
Yes.
I think that they'll be tagging a little bit more now, so I'm gonna try to grab him.
Yeah, I was earlier I was trying to come up with some sort of offer for you where we would make some sort of deal where you can just pick up Brody and not pick up Brodito, but I couldn't figure it out. So I was like, you know what, I'll just see. And then you fucking did it. You fucking picked him up.
It's like, hey, if you want to make a deal, let's look in.
I don't know what. I mean, I guess we could make a mutual agreement where you don't pick up Brodito and I drop El Sky Team. That way,
if you want.
I mean, I don't know. Would you agree to that?
I don't think Joker's going to pick up El Sky Team, so I'm fine with it.
Okay. So you want to you don't pick up Brodito, I'll drop El Sky Team.
I'll just pick up Brody then.
Just pick up Brody? Okay. That way we're both getting points here from those guys. Okay. Anything else?
I think it's all I
Tough
got.
shout for Hechicero this week. He's on your roster. You benched him, so it doesn't matter. He wrestled 4 televised matches this week and won none of them.
Oh my god.
Just went
Okay.
0-4.
All right.
I mean, you had him on your bench. So like I said, it didn't hurt you anyway. But that was a rough one. All right, so you're done?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to move Will Ospreay to my IR. Yeah, but he's the only person I have injured. I am going to pick up Leon Slater, the TNA X Division champion. And then do need to fill a tag team spot. I don't really know. I definitely need another tag team because this El Sky team thing, I didn't have a team planned because I didn't think I'd offer it. So I need to figure out a team that I want to pick up to match that here.
I mean, oh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, no, I gotta think.
I'm just thinking who. Let's go tag team matches. Pulling up some stats here just to see. Just see, maybe give me an idea. I already have YDMP. I'm not really. I don't think anybody has the Young Bucks, but I'm not high on the idea of them winning a lot of matches right now. I don't know if that's necessarily something that's going to happen.
That's understandable.
Um,
I have a tag team for you, but they don't tag a lot. Is the problem?
who are you thinking?
There's a tag team with Sari in it,
Uh,
so you know they ain't gonna lose.
yeah.
And you bring in a title reign. It's already at 100 days almost. So
Mm-hmm. You know what? All right, I'm gonna pick a team that made it to. Actually, you know what? No. You know what I'm picking? I am picking the Rev Pro Tag Team Champions, the Young Guns, Luke Jacobs and Ethan Allen.
okay.
I thought
I
about
was
picking
waiting.
Cowboy Way, but then I remembered that the Guns have the titles, and if they lose that, I can get the points for that and then drop them if I would like. So I'm just going title here. I'm just going to pick the Rev Pro Tag Champs.
That's why I'm holding
Um,
Effie. As soon as the match comes up where I think he might lose, I'm like, okay, he's in.
yeah. Well, I mean, you do get points for him winning, so there is
Oh
motivation
shit!
to.
Can you put him? I'm gonna put him in my
You know what I mean?
flex.
Who are you
Then
taking out?
I'm gonna put him over Atticus.
Put him at in the men's spot for Atticus.
Yeah, they wrestle roughly the same amount of matches, and they usually win together too.
Okay.
So
Okay. Any other bench to starter moves you'd want to make? I think I'm going to
I
leave
don't think
mine where it is. I don't really see a reason that I need to put anybody here, unless is Tiffany wrestling on SmackDown this week? Might want to put her in for that if she has like a title match. No, she doesn't. Okay.
I think I'm kind of relaxing until
Well,
next week.
I don't know necessarily. Like maybe I could put Paragon in, but like there's no confirmation they're gonna wrestle or anything. You said GCW doesn't have a show this weekend, right?
Yes, they do not. So actually, I'm gonna take that. But hold on, I'm gonna take Effie out again then and put in Brody Ken.
Okay, just throw Brody up there.
Yeah, I forgot I didn't have a show for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which if I wanted to, I could remove all those Stardom people, but that's quite a bit.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold on to Starlight Kid and Azumi. Azumi made a big push there at the end for me. Almost won that tournament.
Ha 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 ha.
Who ended up winning?
No. Oh, Momo Watanabe won.
Yeah, I was asking who. I know Azumi didn't, but I was asking who did. Momo Watanabe won.
Yeah.
So, but Azumi made a push. She got a bunch of wins in the build up there. Yeah, I think I'm good with my team.
Question: how have you been counting Stardom events?
So they've been doing the tournament. So I just went the same I did with the G1 in the nights that were just block matches in the semifinals were regular shows, but the night of the final I counted as a pay-per-view.
Okay.
Um, and just like with GCW, if I have any questions, I'll just ask you what you think.
Because they do a fuck ton of shows,
Mm-hmm.
and you can watch all of them. They do a show a day, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I want to say, are those counting as full shows or not?
So yeah, I was just counting them as regular, just wins versus, and the
Okay.
only one I've counted as a pay-per-view I think so far has been the finals of the tournament. I kind of think I might want to take here. I just want to make sure of something. I just want to make sure somebody counts as a veteran. I don't know why they wouldn't, but I just want to double check. Ooh, that's
Stardom
actually
is a big show in 2 weeks. I don't know if we're going to
yeah.
count that as pay per view or not. I don't know if it is pay per view or not. It might
Well, we do
not
have
be.
the middle option, which is special TV, which was
That's
made with you know
Dynamite in mind.
shows like Special Dynamites or anniversary episodes of like SmackDown or something in mind. Okay, Tony Storm started wrestling on TV in 2016, so I can move her into my vet spot. And then I'm gonna put Stephanie Vaquer into my woman spot there, and then I'm gonna bench Mercedes because she just had a loaded schedule, so I feel like she might take a week to kind of chill. So,
Yeah, especially because they're going to be in
mm,
the same place every week.
yeah. So, and then of course, if you don't know how IR rules typically work, you can't pick somebody up to put them in your IR. They have to be already rostered. The only exception we're making is the Gable, Liv, and Dustin thing for Joka, just because he just dropped them last week because of injury. He does also have Nick Wayne and Swerve Strickland in his roster, so he is riddled with injuries right now. His team has caught an injury bug, so we'll see who he ends up deciding to, and we'll talk about that next week. But for now, we are set. These are our teams. I believe I dropped and added one, and then I moved. So I think I made 2 roster moves. I'm just gonna go ahead and count that for our tracker. And then Shane, you just made 1 drop? No, 2. You dropped 1 and then an IR and an ad, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although, hold on, let me take one more look at mine and see if I want to make a move. I think I'll make another move.
Yeah. I'm only counting like free agency and Great.
I got one more move
Bench
I
to
want to make of
starter
that.
moves. Oh, and then of course, when your person comes back, you have to make a decision that week. You have to drop somebody. Like you have to, unless you have an empty roster spot. I don't know why you would, but unless you do, you have to drop somebody that week. So just
Can I make one more move?
yeah, go ahead. What do you want?
Drop Macier or drop her for Suzu Suzuki.
Okay, where
It's a
on?
good bench spot.
Oh, second bench spot. Okay, I was like, where is it? I just couldn't find the words. Okay, you said Suzu Suzuki.
And then move her into women over Mina.
Okay.
Poor Mina might get cut by me. Tony's not booking her.
Oh wait, she's available. She's injured. She's available for your IR. I completely forgot.
Huh?
Yeah, she's injured for real.
Maciera?
No, Mina Shirakawa.
Oh, she's injured. Put her in the IR.
Yeah.
What? That no fucking wonder she's not been wrestling.
Yeah, she got hurt at All In. She's like a maybe for Death Before Dishonor this weekend. So if she comes back this weekend, you'll have to put her in next week or drop her. Who would you want to fill that bench spot with right now?
So instead of Mina, I had Mina and IR and Suzu in my women's.
Yeah, you have an open bench spot.
Hold on. Probably already not going to be a problem.
You could pick up Violent J.
It's not happening. You know damn well it's not happening.
Yeah, maybe Chris Jericho.
I'm gonna take a flyer here and go with Yuma Aogi.
How do you spell that first name?
Yuma.
And then Ayo.
Hold on, I gotta look it up now. You fucked me up.
So I don't know any of these people. These people could be made up. Like I don't.
This is Yuma Yuma
Ayo
Ao.
Yagi. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's him.
Okay. Okay.
He is one of three guys I think will get booked well in New Japan, All Japan. So fingers crossed to do a tournament.
Ooh, should I pick somebody up for the N1?
I think you can't go wrong if picking up like Kenta.
That's what I was thinking Kenta. I'm looking at my roster to decide who I would maybe drop in that situation. I feel like the problem is I have guys on my roster who haven't been wrestling a lot right now, but could very well get a sustained push soon.
Right.
Like because where's Hologram been? But at any point, Hologram could pop up and just be wrestling on Collision every week again, right? So I don't know. And then I have other people who I don't want to drop because they have titles. Why would I drop someone with a title? I could get those points when they lose it. So I kind of want to pick up Kenta. I just don't know who I would drop. Because it's either Ricochet or Paragon. Those would be the two, right?
Paragon kind of feels more like more of a question mark because of the tag team who's not really a tag team.
Yeah. But then, they wrestled on the pre-show this week. Like they got.
Yeah, but they only wrestled 3 times this month.
It's true. That is true. And they are older. And Kenta's about to get a bunch of guaranteed matches.
Kenta's about to have a ton of matches, plus he's already wrestled
49
times this year, 3 times this month.
Does that tournament actually start this week, the N1? Do you know?
I'm looking it up. Looking it up. Starts next week, 2 weeks.
So what's the official start day?
The 8th.
The 8th. Okay. Okay. So I'll go ahead and drop Paragon, keep Kenta on my bench.
And you'll get 3 good weeks of matches from Kenta.
Yeah. And then he has the GHC title too. So
yeah,
that's another champion on the roster. Okay. All right. So I think that's it for HDH League. Fully. Okay. So it's definitely closed for now. We're going to, after the pod, we will off air reopen it to Joka. And then at some point tomorrow, I'm assuming we'll figure that out. Favorite things of the week. This, of course, is the part of the show where I hand out the gold, silver, and bronze hot dog. Shane hands out the gold, silver, and bronze handshakes. Shane, what gets the bronze from you this week?
I'm going to go with a lot of matches from Forbidden Door. That's going to be a match from Forbidden Door.
We have Forbidden Door, GCW with Nick Gage returning and all that good stuff.
I'm going to go with the Bear Bronson versus Matt Tremont match.
Okay. For my bronze, I'm going with ZSJ. Excuse me. I'm going with ZSJ and Nigel for the bronze hot dog. Who's silver for you?
For the silver, I'm going to go with the Lights Out Steel Cage match.
Okay. My silver is Hangman and MJF. And then what's your gold?
Nick Gage making his really shocking return to GCW. I did not see it coming.
Yep. My gold goes to the Lights Out Steel Cage. So we're pretty in agreement there. No lightning round this week because we don't know any AEW matches and Shane doesn't watch WWE, so why even ask him? And Joker's not here to do those. So move on to the match recommendation of the week. I hit a like a writer's block here. I just couldn't think of any good matches, so I'm going to send it to Shane. What's the match recommendation of the week? Give me yours.
It is from TNA. It is from old TNA, if you probably could have guessed that part.
Are you making fantasy football moves during the podcast?
Yeah, I am. Shut up. It's gonna be the Steel Cage Tag Team match from NWA 51. America's Most Wanted, Chris Harris, James Storm defeating Triple X, Christopher Daniels, Elix Skipper. Which opens the show.
So it was Elix Skipper, and who was the other one?
Christopher Daniels.
And Christopher Daniels. Okay. Yeah, that's the Elix Skipper walking across the cage.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it is not.
No, it's a different Elix Skipper cage match.
Different match with the exact same lineup.
Okay. Next week, like I talked about, we will talk Clash in Paris. We will talk Death Before Dishonor. Clash of Paris really only pending the Jokas here, but we'll definitely talk Death Before Dishonor. Whatever news comes up. If you want to listen to more of us, New Japan Starrcade 91, we put that out from the Classic Review. We'll be putting out CZW Cage of Death 11, like I mentioned earlier. That'll be out this week. Plus, we have tons of other WWE, WCW, ECW, New Japan, Ring of Honor, all kinds of shows in the back catalog there that you can go check out. Again, merch, Dropkicked, those links will be in the description. And just remember to enjoy wrestling.